Okay, here's a good question. Leasing or placing a beat? Would you guys advise for or against posting my best as a YouTube premiere, my new beats?
What else would you do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not of the mindset of like saving a whole bunch. Like I'm gonna save this beat in case I meet Drake one day. Listen, you're just holding on to stuff, and honestly, you probably want to put your best foot forward.
Thanks.
And you're gonna always lean on that beat if you have it. Put it out there, and guess what? Make another one that's better. Once you get into, I don't like this idea of here's my good stuff,
I'm gonna separate
and I'm gonna keep this here, and then it gets you kind of lazy because you get into modes where like I'm making something really good, or I'm just making some filler. If you're gonna put stuff out, it should be like A1 quality, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
And then too, people will be like, "Oh, man, I can count the number of times, probably in the past 6 months, or somebody be like, yeah, we're keeping that record,' and then I hold it, and then nothing ever happens from it.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like we all got the same philosophy. Is if I have a beat, bro, I'm shopping that beat until someone cuts that check, bro. Until that money's in my hand, that's my beat, and it's going to whoever it is. And the same philosophy I feel like for you online, like, bro, that's your beat until someone pays you money for that.
Yep.
I would put it wherever I could. It's new to somebody, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just because you put on a YouTube channel don't mean that it's old. It's new to somebody.
True. And that's the best beat that you ever did. It's not the best beat you ever will do if you get your mindset right.
Facts. Cliche question. Any tips for getting sync placements in TV and film?
Man, do we want to run down the usual advice we give for this?
I feel like it's been a while since we...
Okay. Bet. First tip, look for smaller companies. Yeah. The bigger companies, you're kind of like just a number. They might do some shady shit. I've had that happen to me too. I say find a smaller company that's making noise, but you can still get in touch with somebody who can do something that counts, and you kind of got some say-so on what's going on.
I would say make sure you do like the format for TV and film. They like those little sting outs and the little...
Oh yeah, the sting.
Pow! Them shits is terrible, bro. I hate them joints, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Them little stings were annoying the shit out of me, bro.
I love doing stings, man.
Pow! Pew!
Yeah. It's a little sting, that's all.
And I would say, man, like he was saying, find a small company. Avoid those like really big companies. It's like, you pay this per month, and we're gonna throw you in a catalog of other people's catalogs, and you're gonna be one of those catalogs.
Yeah.
Within a catalog.
That whatever tracks will be one out of tens of thousands.
Bet.
And they will send it to Fox in a box of 10 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, good luck.
YouTube producer channels are getting very competitive with each other. That's facts. But that's because everybody's literally trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah. The barrier to entry is low. When the barrier of entry is low, everybody will come, but in everything, the cream will rise to the top. Always.
And I guarantee you, if you notice the people who are at the top, they're doing slightly different things than everybody else are doing. Mm-hmm. It's just, you're probably not catching it. But they're in a different business than what most people are in. You get what I'm saying? Just like we do kits, right? It's a bunch of other people that do kits, but our business is a little bit different than everybody else's. You get what I'm saying?
It is.
So kits is part of it, but it's not the whole.
Yeah.
So it's the packaging, it's how you present everything together is what makes people buy stuff. Not, Well,
that's a very good point. I think people don't see the surrounding stuff behind something. Like you said, like, okay, we got kits, and why do people buy our stuff? Right. It's because of everything around it. Once you know the source of something and it's verified.
Exactly.
Like, for instance, if somebody's like, yo, I do mixes. Nobody's gonna give a damn. Exactly. If they don't know nothing about you. But if Dave Pensado was like, yo, I'll mix a song for you.
Oh, yeah. So,
because you've seen Dave Pensado prove to you that he is top of the top. He knows more than anybody in his field. All of that. It's the surrounding stuff. Then his mixing ability
it's still saucy.
Is what proves his talk true. And I think people are missing. It's the same with the plug-in thing.
Yeah. It's literally the same business foundation works for all of it. It's just the knowing why something works rather than trying to copy exactly. Like, I think Type Beat is genius because it's SEO. It's literally like taking the YouTube algorithm and playing it for the best ability.
Right. It's going to latch on to certain stuff and blah, blah, blah.
But if everybody puts in the same damn stuff, if
Saturated.
everybody types in Drake type beat, if all of us in the podcast do it, who you think is going to win? Probably the people that knows the 3 other things that y'all ain't doing.
Yep.
That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
It's not what you can see. It's what's behind what you can see.
Facts.
Come to the live event March 16th
Hey.
in Atlanta. We go in depth about what we're talking about with these types of gems.
Okay, here's a good question. Leasing or placing a beat?
I don't do either. Well, no, that's a lie. I place. I always go placing. Mm-hmm. I go placing over leasing. I understand the leasing, but I'm more of a place guy myself.
I used to be super against the leasing thing because I just didn't like whack rappers rapping on my stuff. But again, it's 2 separate businesses. That's the way I look at it. Placing is a business of you're creating songs and you're selling a whole song for the most part. No matter how you cut it, you're selling a song, right? If you're leasing a beat, you're selling an instrumental over the web, over the internet for people that want. It's a different business. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's kind of the same, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I don't make enough beats to be in a beat leasing.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, I was perfect for it.
Oh yeah,
make beats all day. Now,
yeah, I'm not mad at it. It's just I don't know, man. It really hurts me to have people like rapping on my beats that's trash like that, bro. I don't like, and it still happens with the placing thing. Don't get it wrong. Like, I still get bad records all the time, but it's a certain, for the most part, when I know I'm working with somebody, I know it's going to be a certain kind of quality or better.
Yeah. And
I still have control over how stuff comes out for the most part. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're going to switch this around. We're going to change this. Oh, the drums ain't hitting right. I'm going to change this. When you leasing beats online, it's kind of just like, there it is.
That's true. It's, yeah, usually when you're into the placement thing, especially depending on your network, how good your network is, it's going to be a certain caliber of artist. So it's like, what would you rather get? A bad acting performance out of a brand new actor or a bad acting performance out of a trained actor?
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I'd always go with the placement.
But I will say, if you're living in like if you don't have like many connections, probably go the leasing route. You know what I'm saying? If you're like trying to figure it out and you're trying to learn how to network, you still learn about music, go for the smaller. Because I feel like placement, it requires more dedication than people think.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
And it's few and far between. Leases, you're going to hit a few leases.
Oh, yeah. You can get that quicker than you can a placement.
Yeah, and they all might add up to one decent placement. Maybe, maybe not. But the placement game, it's a hurry up and wait type of game.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say one upside to the leasing is you have more control.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But the placement stuff is you and a whole bunch of other people. Bro. And depending on, one of these people could slack or slip, and then the whole thing just falls to shit. So
if you're new and I would say you're going to do placements, I would go for don't try to do the Drake or Rihanna's. Dog, if Rihanna says she's coming out with an album, guarantee that probably 7 of those songs are already accounted for.
On a 9-song album.
Oh, no, bro. Already, right. Bro. Rock Nation gonna make sure Rock Nation eat off of that Drake.
Shout
you know what I mean?
Rock Nation, man.
I mean, dog, it makes sense though. If I'm Atlantic, bro, and I have an Atlantic project coming out, I'm gonna have my Atlantic producers produce I want to keep the money in house. To me, that makes the most sense. But then everybody else is fighting for 3 songs. You know what I mean?
It's different, man. Yeah, it's different out there. It's all about networking. We're gonna get to networking a little bit more in a minute, but
I think it's about whatever business that you want to kind of. You got to be honest with yourself and say, I'm trying to be this producer or I'm trying to be this kind of producer, because it's all different. You know what I mean?
That's true.
The TV dude is going to do different stuff than the leasing guy, and the leasing guy is going to do different stuff from the placement guy.